City Heating and Air has been proudly serving East Tennessee for over 60 years. We use only the best equipment like American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning for your residential, new construction, or commercial needs. City Heat and Air.
Air compared.
Doing that. That's like twice or three times this past weekend. Chris, where are you? Tom, where are you? I need you to do an audio check for me every single day. Need to shut off this audio. Quit shutting off the audio. That's my fault. My bad. Anyways, happy St. Patrick's Day. I literally just got done telling you I've never been able to wear green in my entire life. I should stare at the chat a little bit more as I get started on the program so I don't lose audio. That's just ridiculous. Anyways, happy St. Patrick's Day, one of my favorite holidays. I was saying, hey, listen, do you like corned beef and cabbage? Do you like St. Patrick's Day? And if you do, are you going to eat it today? Did you eat it this weekend? We did not get a chance to eat corned beef and cabbage this weekend. We wanted to. The wife works today, so hopefully we'll be able to get a chance to do that maybe this week because I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. Anyways, my apologies, my friends. My apologies. It's coming back on. All right. There we go. Yes, you should have audio now. Yay, Christy. Sorry about that. My bad. Still trying to catch up on sleep. I took a 2-hour nap yesterday. I had to. I told the family, I was like, guys, I got to go lay down. I'm exhausted. All right, let's start you off with the live look in Gatlinburg here this morning. So we've got some clouds hanging out up there. We do have a northwesterly flow taking shape, or we're bringing out the atmosphere in the form of some light snow showers across the mountains. You can see the radar above me. 2 radars, actually, one regionally and one a little bit closer to home. Now start over, she says, Kimberly. I know. I'm sorry. Loving the ties. All right, thanks, Katrina. I mean, you'd think I'd get my act together. I need a checklist right on my computer that says audio check. It's just one of those things. I'll get to it. I promise. I'll figure this whole thing out. It's only been, a year and a half. All right, so live look in downtown Gatlinburg. Again, we do have some light snow showers that have developed across the mountains of East Tennessee. Not a lot, just kind of ringing out the atmosphere a little bit. You can see there on the local radar, just kind of a little bit of energy. Colder air aloft. Have you stepped outside yet? It's chilly outside this morning. We'll talk temperature, so you'll need the jackets, and you'll need the jackets throughout the day today because temperatures are going to stay on the cold side. Yeah, thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. There you go. Love some cabbage. You thought your cat had unplugged the sound bar again. Sorry, Jonathan. I'm just here. I'll do that on April Fools just for fun. Actually, I probably won't because I'll forget then just to even do that. But good morning, Pam, Krista, Eva. How are you this morning? Glad you could join us here this morning. All right, some light snow showers have been developing across the mountains of East Tennessee. We'll take you right to that map here and show you what that looks like. Again, we've had a little wave of energy sliding its way on into the area, and that's squeezing out the moisture. Now, again, we have some colder air aloft. So over the last 24 hours, we've picked up about an inch of snow across the highest peaks. Nothing to write home about by any stretch of the imagination, but since we are seeing a little bit of light snow late season, obviously this late winter season, I thought it'd be fun to dive into how much snow have we actually seen across the mountains of East Tennessee. Well, here you go. This is our seasonal snowfall. This is from NOAA, so not exact per se, but it gives us a good idea on how much snowfall we've seen across the highest peaks of the Smokies. Places like Mount LeConte, Clingman's Dome, over 30 inches, Gatlinburg, Pittman Center, Cosby. We've seen a lot more snow, and then Pigeon Forge and even McGee Tyson Airport, So we have seen some decent snow across the highest peaks of the Smokies. Not an impressive season. We've seen more in previous seasons, but we've also seen less. All right, so a few morning clouds, some afternoon sun. It's going to be a cooler day. You'll need those jackets. You'll need the sunglasses as well. Who likes roller coasters? Anybody like roller coasters? I say just put your hands up in the air like you just don't care, because we're going on a roller coaster ride this week. It's going to be a big old warm-up over the next couple of days. Then another cold front heads our way, and that's going to drop our temperatures below average, and then we'll kind of average things out, modify a little bit. You know, it's like you're coming back into the station. So you go up, but you go down, and you kind of, the ride ends, right? So everything kind of levels out. Mel, you need some luck of the Irish. I need some luck of the Irish as well. Obviously, many of you do know that my 2025 has just been an interesting one, to say the least. You know what? I had some Finn's Tavern. When did you go there? I'm a big fan of Irish food. Me too. But my wife, not so much. At least she had fish and chips, which Finn's has good fish and chips, Scott. It's funny. My wife and I were wanting to go to Finn's yesterday, but we had a good friend of ours cook us dinner last night. My sales guy, actually. He's like, listen, you guys have been eating out every day because we're in a hotel. And it's like when you want what you can't have type of thing. You always want to eat out when you're cooking all the time. And then if you don't have the money, you're like, whatever. I guess we won't eat out. But my buddy's like, you need a home-cooked meal. So we did hibachi last night on the Blackstone. So that was a lot of fun. But I do want me some corned beef and cabbage. All right, light rain expected Wednesday into Thursday. That's going to drop our temperatures once again. Always find out the details online at easttnweather.com. Download the East Tennessee Weather app. I've already posted the morning forecast, so if you got to hit the road and you don't want to stick around and you just need the forecast, you can always get that there. 20s and 30s. Look at these temperatures. 29 degrees in Fenchurch County. Anybody want to take a bet on how much colder that is this morning than yesterday? Well, I'm going to show you, of course. I mean, you're going to have to guess in your head because by the time you get there, the chat's a little delayed. On my end anyway. So we're trending 15 to 25, more than 15, 19 to 27 degrees colder this morning than what it was yesterday morning. It was a warmer start to the day. And then those temperatures kind of fell throughout the day. All right, so lunchtime temperatures, we start off chilly, and lunchtime temperatures are going to stay chilly. We're only going to be in the 30s and 40s. Now, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds. We'll probably have a lot of sunshine, really, to be honest with you, by lunchtime. The clouds are going to be thinning. We had those fair weather cumulus clouds, one of my favorite kind of clouds yesterday. One of my favorite things about yesterday is I love instability showers. You get a little bit of instability and a little bit of moisture right about 5,000 to 6,000 feet in elevation, just enough to get the clouds to form, enough to produce a couple of light showers and a couple of spotty little pea-sized hail because we had some colder air aloft. Didn't get a lot of reports on that, but I think some of those produced a little bit of pea-sized hail. Forecast high temperatures today, much colder than yesterday, 10, 15, 20 degrees. We're going to top out in the 50s. And so as we get into the evening hours, 6 o'clock, we're getting into baseball season. So parents, if your kids are heading off to baseball or soccer for practice here tonight, 55 degrees at 6. So it's definitely going to be on the chillier side. Once the sun goes down, you're really going to feel it. But you will feel that coolness all day considering it's been a little bit warmer here over the last couple of days. There you go, Deborah. Top of the morning to you as well, my friend. Oh, and happy 20th anniversary to Pam and the hubby. Yeah, absolutely. Happy anniversary to you, Pam. Congrats. 20 years is a long time. This year will be 18, so I'm right behind you, my friend. I'm right behind you. I'll do my corned beef and cabbage steaks and mashed taters on Saturday. There we go. That sounds fun. All right, moving right along. Let's go ahead and pick up our future cast here this morning again, just to kind of pinpoint what we're seeing. So let's go back to that. No, we'll get to there. Well, anyways, there's really nothing to show you on the future cast. And for some reason, it's really slow. I had it set up for the severe weather, so I really slowed everything down. Did you see that time lapse, by the way? I posted the social media of the Hardin Valley camera that I had. I super slow mode that time lapse down to give you an idea of how that was all playing out. That camera was insane, showing that storm moving its way out of Roane County into Oak Ridge and into Clinton. Impressive pictures coming in for sure. All right, we're going to move right along because we're going to see plenty of sunshine. Let's talk about your 7-day forecast. Here we go. I'm going to stop the 7-day at Thursday because that's our next little wave. So we're going to tell a story. So cool today at 55. We're going to be in the low to mid 70s Tuesday, Wednesday. How about that? That's going to be amazing. See, I remember to turn on the audio board for that because that was off, and I was like, oh yeah, I got to turn the audio board on for that. Maybe I'll remember to turn on my microphone tomorrow. How about that? 53 degrees on Thursday. So we go from 55 to 71 to 74. We're going up, and we got to go down. 53 on Thursday. Showers Wednesday night and Thursday morning. About an 80% chance. So I think everyone's going to pretty much get rain Wednesday night. Thursday, that 40%, most of it's probably going to be in the morning, but we could have some wraparound light rain showers as we kind of ring out the atmosphere. Yay, roller coaster. There go my allergies. Believe it or not, there is a little bit of a myth, and I learned this from the Allergy, Asthma, and Sinus Center here in town. Dr. Bob, by the way, he said, really pollen gets mitigated, gets knocked down a lot more when we have colder air, i.e. these 50s will help to knock everything down more so than rain. Rain does help a little bit, but it's really the colder air to kind of bring that back down to the surface because colder air is dense and heavy, and so lighter air, warmer air is lighter, and so it keeps things suspended a little bit longer. So let's walk you through that storm system. Here we go. Our next wave is coming in from California, just like our last one. This one's not nearly as strong, of course. This one's not going to be negatively tilted like the last one. This one's a lot weaker, and this one just doesn't have the moisture source that the last one had either. So our next weather maker moves in late Wednesday into early Thursday. So we pick up our timeline Wednesday evening. So through the day on Wednesday, the wind's going to be increasing. By the way, the wind is going to be increasing on Wednesday. I didn't really highlight that in this forecast, but Wednesday we're talking winds out of the southwest 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to about 30 miles per hour. I thought it was funny. The National Weather Service had something funny to post in their chat this morning. Oh, yeah. So here we go. I'll talk about this with the rest of your 7-day forecast here in a second. So, again, Wednesday night, here comes the cold front. It slides on through. We're going to get a line of showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. We don't have a lot of instability, but we could see maybe a couple rumbles of thunder. No severe weather threat expected at this point of the game. And so we'll definitely keep you posted and see how this may change. See how on the backside of the system, we're going to get that like a little wrap around. And so probably more clouds than anything else. We're looking at a 15-kilometer resolution model, but we'll see how that plays out as we get closer into the 3-kilometer, but maybe some wraparound moisture on the backside. Kind of like what we saw yesterday. I don't think it's going to be widespread. I think it's going to be, those fair weather clouds, cloud deck's a little bit thinner, and we'll start to thin the clouds out. So very similar to what we saw yesterday, what we'll experience today as well. So we're probably looking at less than a third of an inch of rain, not looking at a ton of rain with that system as it swings through. So that takes us all the way through Thursday. Now we continue your forecast here as we look ahead on the rest of your 7-day forecast. So Thursday, we're down to 53, and then we climb back into the 60s, maybe some mid-60s by Sunday. But some more weather makers are going to settle on in as we get into our Sunday. When we look at our 7-day stretch of rainfall amounts, it just is not going to be a huge rain maker. I would show you the Weather Prediction Center's forecast, but I think they're trending way on the low side. So I'm not going to show that there this morning. All right. So we've had a great view. Let's go ahead and take a look at, let's see what it looks like at, there we go. We'll take you to Monroe County here, and we'll highlight that camera. Again, look at the moon on the top right-hand side of the screen. Isn't that cool? Pretty cool stuff. By the way, this past weekend, the tornado sirens were going off in Madisonville. Do you have tornado sirens in your community? You know what? That was one conversation that I was having with my kids yesterday. Is they were asking about tornado sirens, and I talked about the storm, of course. And one of them was saying, listen, my friend was saying something about tornado sirens. And I said, well, listen, we don't have them a lot in most locations. So he was asking why they have them more in Alabama and more tornado-prone areas. And so we had that discussion. And really, ultimately, it's because we have, they have them in the Great Plains, Kansas, Oklahoma. You get down into Alabama, they have them. They have less hills. We have a lot of trees and a lot of hills. And so, listen, if you had a tornado siren in Hardin Valley, you think Carnes or you think Farragut's going to hear it? Absolutely not. And so we don't have a lot of them, but I do know that Madisonville has them. I'm not quite sure about other locations. I was going to reach out to the National Weather Service and actually find out exactly where all the tornado sirens. After all these years here in East Tennessee, as my kid has prompted me to think about that, and so that's why I'm going to move on and talk to the National Weather Service and see what they say about that. If anybody knows, let me know. 33 inches doesn't compare to 300 in Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's the truth. But still can be rough. You got your Uper transplant, huh? Nice. Hey, Mike, Mia plays T-ball. That's awesome. You don't like roller coasters? I love roller coasters. I still get a little apprehensive on some of them, but I mean, it took me a long time to get on roller coasters because I had a little incident at one of the roller coasters and growing up. Yeah, I got sick in the car ride on the way home. So the roller coaster made me queasy. Then I got in the car and I got super car sick, and that didn't go well. So I never went on roller coasters until I was in high school. And then in my senior year in high school, we took a trip to California. About 6 to 8 of us drove through Las Vegas and went to California, went to Orange Beach, I think it was. Orange Beach? That's I don't remember where we went. Somewhere in Southern California. It was a lot of fun. But I just lost my train of thought. Wow. Where did that thought go? That was an epic fail. I don't even know where that thought went. Oh, yeah. We went to Magic Mountain. That's what it was. We're talking roller coasters. We went to Magic Mountain, and the first roller coaster ride was like the tallest one in North America at the time in California. And my friends were like, we're hitting this. This is the first thing we're doing when we get there. So, of course, the line was like an hour and a half long, and my nerves were just shot by the time we got on to the ride. I was so nervous. So I asked my buddy, I was like, do you mind riding with me? He goes, no, I don't mind. And of course, he had his hands up in the air the entire time. And I was like, crazy thing is, as soon as we got off that roller coaster, I was like, let's go again. And I've loved him ever since. I love the Wild Eagle at Dollywood. I like I even like the good old wooden ones. Now, they do kind of give you some whiplash and a headache when you're done, but they bounce you around for sure. But I do like those wooden roller coasters. Good morning, Lisa. How are you this morning? Are you back home now? Nope. We're still in the hotel, Katrina. They haven't even gotten all of our stuff out of our house to even start cleaning yet. Hopefully they'll do that today or tomorrow. I don't know. The answer is like, I don't know. So here we are. Of course, we stayed at the house the other night. Like, we do have our bed still. So, but they're getting ready to come clean this week. So we will be kicked out. All right. I did say my sales guy cooked me dinner. He's a good friend of mine as well. He also sells for me for East Tennessee Weather, which, by the way, I just throw it out there. Anybody watching this morning looking for some advertising, just hit me up, Mike at easttnweather.com, or log on to easttnweather.com. I've got an advertising link there if you click on the contact me. All right. Katrina says it's time to dance. So does Kimberly. When the ladies talk, they talk. There we go. We'll take you back outside for just a second of time. And it's so nice. That moon's so beautiful. But of course, we've got to talk about today's national holidays. And today's national holidays, it is not the 16th. Let's take it to the 17th. We only have two. We only have two today. This is boring, but not so boring because it's St. Patrick's Day. So, of course, we're celebrating birthdays and events. And if you celebrate a birthday today on St. Patrick's Day, how's it been your entire life? How's it been your entire life? It's also National Corned Beef and Cabbage Day. I'm going to give that one a big shout out. Because I do love me some corned beef and cabbage. And I like making it as well. And I really love, of course, all the sauces and the potatoes and the all the things. All right, good morning. Thankful the tornado was on the other side of 58 from us. Thankful there was no major damage on Saturday. Thankful it warmed up tomorrow. You are super thankful and have a hope. Everyone has a marvelous Monday. Jeez, you are positive this morning. I love that. Good job. Good job. Hey, Layla, how are you this morning? I need to hold a class for you. Sure hope we don't get any more storms like the one we had this past weekend. Unfortunately, it's springtime. Hopefully we don't, but we all know how it all plays out. Good morning, Kathy. How are you this morning? We're talking corned beef and cabbage and all things St. Patrick's Day today. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. All right, with the EF1, they had an EF1 in Bedford County and went into Rutherford County in Middle Tennessee. Mel says, no sirens or emergency alarms where you live. Used to get weather alert phone calls. Yes, that's true. You used to. It actually, believe it or not, I mean, the pendulum goes back and forth. Kind of things come in full circle. Did you know that weather call thing still exists? It still exists, and I've actually been reached out by the owner saying, "Hey, listen, is this something that you would like to add or allow for your folks to sign up for?" I don't know. Do we want phone calls letting us know that there's severe weather, or do you just have the East Tennessee Weather app and it notifies you on your phone? I don't know. You said they need them in Carnes and Powell, both border Oak Ridge and Anderson County. Yeah. But again, there's so many hills, so it kind of is like, where do you place them to benefit everybody? Unless you just put them right into the center of the metro, probably would be the best bet. Then you leave everyone else out. So I don't know. I don't know how that all works. I'll be curious. I'm going to reach out to the National Weather Service and see what they say. Cookeville, Tennessee has tornado sirens. When I was in college there 23 years ago. Now you're calling. You're letting us know how old you are there, Aaron. That's okay. I'm right there with you. They went off. It was very scary. I'm sure they are very. I mean, when you hear them on video, I do think actually Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg or Wares Valley, somewhere around Sevier County, has them, because when we've had our last event, I do believe that those tornado sirens were going off, so I know that they have them. No, it did not. National Weather Service went down to Bledsoe County. That's the only county. They said the survey team couldn't find any damage indicative of a tornado in Bledsoe County. So, believe it or not, even though we had a confirmed tornado warning due from a storm spotter, it was not a confirmed tornado when they went out to survey any sort of the damage. Crazy stuff, but those clouds were ominous and crazy. And I said it, it was interesting because if we did not have those morning rain showers, I'll wrap things up here. Let's get rid of that. If we didn't have the morning rain showers, we would have been in for much more severe weather. Guaranteed. The rain really helped to mitigate anything that was happening during the afternoon and evening. And that's what even happened to into southern Middle Tennessee. Yes, they got a lot of severe weather, and yes, they got tornado warnings. But some of that heavier rain really helped to mitigate and slow things down a little bit. Did you see my post on social media? Let's see if I can't get that up for you. I sent the post on social media about all the tornado warnings that were issued, and let's see if I can't get that up here. And I think we had about 250 tornado warnings across the southeastern U.S. from this storm system, and realized that this storm was, it produced heavy snow across California. It produced, blizzard conditions across the high plains in the upper Midwest. We had extreme high fire danger across parts of Texas and Oklahoma. And then here in the southeast, this is what we saw. We had over 200 plus tornado warnings all the way from Illinois through Missouri, Kentucky, Arkansas, over into Mississippi, Alabama, and right here in East Tennessee. So you can see that we actually had around East Tennessee, Middle and East Tennessee, we had a lot more tornado warnings than, say, North Georgia. Look at Memphis. They ended up getting nothing. My buddy who's from there said, I saw a lot of friends post from there saying, and I know one of the meteorologists over there, he's like, so thankful that everything was outside of our area because, of course, Memphis is a big population, and you don't want to do that. You want to ride the Hulk at Universal Studios. Yeah, there you go. Who turned the heat off, Chris says. What's up, Nathan? How are you this morning? Hopefully you had a good weekend. Taking care of the farm this weekend, were ya? A gracious good morning. Hey, Kathy, how are ya? A gracious good morning to you as well. The Wild Eagle is amazing. There you go. Rode the wooden one at Six Flags and Opryland. Wabash Cannonball. Not again. There is a couple over in Six Flags in Atlanta that I rode that were a little nerve-wracking. I'm deathly afraid of heights. So if we're moving pretty quickly, it doesn't bother me, which is weird, right? But if we were to get stuck on top of the roller coaster and the roller coaster gets stuck for some crazy reason, I'd be petrified. I do not like heights one single bit. But I can do certain things like get on ski lifts and fly airplanes and do roller coasters. I just don't, but I can barely climb. I can barely get to the edge of my roof, which is a single story house. You go up to tall buildings. I barely can get to a window when the windows are like full, like the big towers in downtown. I get nervous walking up close to those windows. What's that all about? What's up, RD? How are you this morning? We've got Michael joining us as well. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Absolutely. Do you have your green on? Do you wear green? Are you going to get pinched today? Are these the things that you do? Stuffed cabbage is pretty good. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah, there you go, Katrina. Wear green, don't get pinched, and have a great day yourself. So Seymour has one on Boyd's Creek Road, but I can't hear it at my house in downtown. Sevierville has one at the courthouse. Okay, this is great information to know. I wonder if there's a map that shows exactly where they are. I have no idea. These are things that kind of came to question them when my kids were asking me about this. But that was also part of the conversation. I said, listen, if you got music on, the TV on, if you're cooking dinner, you got people over, if you're inside your house, a lot of times, unless you're close enough to the tornado sirens, you're not going to hear them. It is technically World War II technology, but we still use them because why not? If they're still available to use, you might as well get everybody to know, because if you hear that sound, you know it's not a good sound, especially if you've been, like Aaron said. It is definitely an ominous sound that you definitely can't... You can't unhear that, you know? The correlation coefficient on the radar of those cells was crazy. It was interesting. It was, but here's something interesting too, Scott, because I remember diagnosing that. I was going to go back yesterday. I think I've lost my radar data. I think I have 48 hours, so maybe I could bring that up this morning. I wonder if I could. But yeah, that's one of the things, though, is that, let's see if it goes back 48 hours. Is that I'm not 100% sure that was actually debris, like a debris ball type of thing, because when I was diagnosing the radar, it was not lining up with the actual couplet that we were seeing, or the rotation. So that lets me know that either you're getting a little bit of confusion in that, or maybe the winds on the backside of that were picking up some stuff that were different sizes. But maybe not necessarily all like officially tornado related. All right, let's see if I can't get back. Oh, I can go back. I can go back 2 days. This is awesome. My radar computer is amazing. So let's see if I can't take you back to the radar. Because, let's see, what time was that at? That was at, no. No, I don't have radar data that far back, so can't do that. But yes, that was a very impressive storm, and just the structure of that storm in and of itself, with all the photos coming in and the video that I was capturing with my Hardin Valley camera was incredible. So we had the structure there, but you can have structure and the lowering wall cloud and the gust front without actually seeing a tornado. Good morning, Denise. How are you this morning? Got Crystal joining us as well. I'm right there with you. I can't stand in the chair without getting dizzy. That's funny. Listen, when I put up Christmas lights a couple of years ago, I had to have my wife do it. I couldn't. There was one edge that I couldn't get to, because you got to be on your knees really carefully to kind of lock it into your gutters. And I was like, I can't get that. She goes, well, that looks silly. I go, well, just leave it. It's fine. She goes, no, I'm going to get up there and do it. So she did. Yeah, tornado sirens do sound like a train. They are loud and eerie for sure. Scott, there you go. There you go. You and I are on the same page, my friend. So that makes me, if that lined up and we had a little bit of a darker blue, that's where you get that. We're talking about correlation coefficient. It's a product with the radar that not just shoots a beam, it shoots a beam vertical and horizontal. So you can, and it picks up on different particles in the atmosphere, and we use it to be able to, you can use it for multiple things to see sleet, freezing rain, rain versus snow. So it can pick up on those kind of particles. But during tornadoes, what you can see is it actually, it lets you know if there's actually debris from the actual tornado being lofted into the air. And it is very clear and precise when that happens. And it's called a debris ball. And so when you see that on correlation coefficient, you know that tornado's on the ground. And the larger that is, obviously, the more debris that's being lofted into the atmosphere. So pretty crazy stuff. Let's see. Lisa says, I think some of the schools have them in Sevier County since the Gatlinburg fires in 2016. There we go. There we go. All right, 7:32. I'm so glad you joined me this morning. Again, if you're new to the platform, don't forget to scan that QR code right there at the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Download the East Tennessee Weather app. Go like and subscribe to everything. It really helps the platform out. Nancy, good morning. A little chilly outside. It is chilly. We're going to wrap things up here in just a second, but listen, this forecast will be posted to social media. I've already posted all the forecasts to all the East Tennessee weather platforms. Thanks for joining me live on Wake Up with Witcher here at 6 o'clock in the morning. Weather updates throughout the day. No major storms on the way, but don't forget to check back in every once in a while. Just push play. It just helps. It just helps. I know, I get it. When the weather's sunny and quiet, nobody checks the weather, and that's okay because you shouldn't. But anyways, quiet week ahead of us this week. Kind of a roller coaster ride. Chilly today, much warmer tomorrow and Wednesday. Back down into the 50s on Thursday with some rain showers on the way, and then we'll kind of moderate a little bit more as we head into the upcoming weekend. That's all we have for you here this morning, my friends. So we sure hope you have a great day. We're going to wrap things up here this morning, but as we do, I will send you out to a live view. Let's go to a different view, shall we? Let's take you to Union County this morning. How about Union County this morning? All right, have a great day. I'll see you back here for Wake Up with Witcher, starting off at 6 o'clock on Tuesday morning. See you then.